Yo, I'm Darryl Howell. I'm Lil D, as J Ross called me, and I love J Ross too.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This your boy J Ross, man, hanging out with my dude, Lil D, man. He in the Lou, hitting with Nicki Minaj. Y'all know him, drum extraordinaire from Maxwell and Jonathan McReynolds and some of everybody, man. But hey, D, man, I got you. Finally got you on this camera, baby boy. Yes, sir. It took me some years, but I finally got you. Now, what people always ask me, man, especially when it comes to like professional musicians, you know, before you became professional, how did you just get into the drumming aspect of it? And then when you were a kid playing on the pots and pans, were your parents really supportive of what you were doing?
I think that's the first part. My parents noticed me being that kid playing on the pots and pans, and we were in church, and I had my church family that kind of noticed the same thing, but they were musical. My parents and my family aren't musical. I don't come from a musical family. It's really just me. They love music. But yeah, it took them to see it and constantly invest in it. My church family constantly musically invested in it, and you know, here we are however many years later, that's all I've ever done.
So like growing up, man, when your relatives come over Christmas and all that, they got you in the middle of the floor hitting on pots and pans, showing off?
Well, by that time I'm a little bit older. I got drums and I'm playing for everybody. You know, it's kind of just a normal thing, but it was so normal, you know, it was all I ever did. So after a while, it wasn't for entertainment for them anymore, because it was like, this is what he do, you know. So everybody got used to it at that point.
So as you start growing up, transitioning into high school, did you do anything in high school that gave you an impetus, man, to be better?
I should have. I was in the band. I didn't want to do conditioning for marching band. So in high school, you can only be in band if you do marching band, symphonic band, whatever, all the bands. So I did beginning band freshman year. I think I stayed a little bit sophomore, then I stopped because I didn't want to waste my summer training for marching band.
Right.
So I should have done better in high school. I didn't. But I did use that time to just work on my craft. You know, I didn't want to spend my summer necessarily at the school conditioning for marching, but I did spend all those times trying to be a better drummer.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, so you start jumping off into it though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let me ask you this, man. Like for cats coming up, man, give them some type of support or help or uplifting, man. Was it ever a fear factor in your psyche when you played in front of folks that were better than you? And if it's so, how did you overcome that?
Ooh, that's something that doesn't stop. It's good to be honest, to know the company you're in, you know, to kind of know who's better. I think practice is the only way to kind of overcome that and constantly put yourself in those situations so you can become used to it, you know. But you can only practice your way out of feeling ready enough to do that, to where when your peers are around, you aren't as nervous, or your people that are, you know, you feel that are better than you are around, you can kind of handle the pressure.
Wait a minute, now what that mean? You got to break that down.
That means, I guess that means doing the work enough to be confident enough in yourself to be able to play around these guys and to know you can hang.
So did confidence come from your
Practice.
own? It came from practice. What about like your outer influences though? You know, people that you looked up to.
Well,
you know,
once they start telling you that you can handle it, once they start telling you good enough, but it was so much work I had to do up until that point. And then when I got to that point, there was still some others. I remember, you know, Sheree Reed, you know, Sheree. Like, I remember doing little jams and just little things. He would have these sheds around town. And one night we were playing something, I think it was, what's the Marvin Gaye song?
Which one, bruh?
What's Going On, the most famous one. We was playing What's Going On. And he just was not feeling my groove. He was just like, man, that ain't it. That ain't it. Listen to this, listen to that. He wrote me an email of stuff to just check out. And I was, you know, at least maybe 19, 20 by then. I was kind of a working drummer, starting to be in the city by then. And so I was able to, you know, take that advice too. So I was able to like take the advice from the guys that, you know, are better, but also have the confidence in myself to start trying to, at least start trying to impress them the way they start paying attention to me. So
okay.
I had to practice and take the advice of others.
Of your peers.
Yeah.
All right, so you coming up another level now.
Yeah.
All right, you touring the world, you seeing all you need to see.
Yeah.
So like, for an experienced drummer, What goes through your heart or your mind, like when you on the stage and they first off and you got thousands and thousands of people screaming? What goes through your mind, man? What are you thinking?
No turning back. I think everybody gets nervous at that point to where, you know, the audience is louder than your headphones, your ears may be, you know, but that's the drug, that's the rush, that's what I'm doing it for.
Mm-hmm.
So once I hear that sound, I feel like they came to see me, it's on. You know what I'm saying? It's like no turning back. All the nerves leading up until that point. I even think about a lot after growing up in this certain venues I played, you know, who I was with last, what was going on in my life at that time, or what this building means. All these things go through your head before that first down, you know, for the first down beat. But yeah, it's a lot of emotions, but after it's on, it's no turning back.
Now, what about conquering self-doubt? Has that ever entered in your mind? Still?
I still deal with that.
How do you go through remedying that?
I guess building myself back up after I beat myself up, I try to pick myself up off the ground. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's listening back to shows, you know, kind of grading myself and picking out the good moments just as much as I'm scolding myself about mistakes and all these things. So, you know, but self-doubt, that's a part of life. Then when you get on the internet and you see everybody else, you get on Instagram and you see everybody else killing and taking things to another level. I think at this age with the artists that I'm working with, I want to make sure that I'm fresh. So the doubt comes in, and then, you know, I do my work to make sure that by the time it's time to get out there, there's no more of it. You know.
Yeah, got a good one for you, man. I wanted to actually, like, as far as like being a YouTube player, as opposed to being an experienced tour musician. Is there anything you can tell the YouTube player about how to make it to the main stage?
Yeah, well, I think that they're doing everything right by being a social media player, a social media musician, because that's how you're going to get seen. So I will tell that player, though, to study music just as much as they study just the craft that they post. You can't just study drums all day. That gets old. You know, somebody else has to see you and know that you can do everything. So I would tell them to, you know, be more into just music, whether it's the education of it, like we were just talking about, learning, you know, the heroes of your craft, getting a teacher, you know what I'm saying, getting a mentor. Like I would more so put all my just as much energy into that part as you do online. The online part of it is great. That's the part that I wish I could do more. But I've engulfed myself with the education of music and artists and songwriting and production so much that I don't get to spend the time that I should over there. But they work hand in hand. So I wouldn't tell them to stop being so much on YouTube and so much into social media, but I would tell them to study music just as hard. Yeah.
All right, well, I'm Jay Ross, man. I'm putting me a band together. Super band.
Yeah.
All right? I'm auditioning, folks.
Yeah.
What about you will make me hire you?
I play a song better than anybody. I'm thinking about the whole composition. So, yeah, your songs are going to be played better than anybody else. Not just when it's time for me to shine. Not just strong intros and big outros and having no interest in what's going on in the middle. I'm going to play your song the way you intended it to be played when you wrote it, when you produced it, when you heard it, when you laid out the skeleton. I'm going to embody that.
Okay.
100%.
What about the tour life that you would tell young cats right now who are going to be checking you out saying, man, I want to be on that tour? What can you tell them, man? Like, dude.
Get your rest. Get your rest. It's long days. Every artist is different. Everybody likes different things, but get your rest. There's a lot of time in between your sound check and your show time. So whatever you need to do in between that time to make sure that you're ready for a show, do that. You know, there's only a certain amount of hours that you are responsible to be accountable for. You know what I'm saying? So in those hours, do that. With the other 10 or 20 you got a day, do whatever you need to do. It's time to be at work. Just be at work, man, and get your rest. I will say, have the fun, make the memories, take the pictures, see your family while you out. You know what I'm saying, on the road, stuff that you won't normally be able to do, because it don't last it don't last forever. I heard Brian Fraser say that in an interview, like why he goes so hard posting and doing what he do, because it don't last forever. Even though it feels like he's been doing it forever, it won't last forever. So take advantage,
Hey, well, tell us, man, like what we don't know about you as a person that you would want people to know.
I don't know. I have a new son that's just made one, and he's like, so that's like the love of my life right now. I'm totally into him and exploring, figuring how to be his dad, and just building with him in my life. So,
Sidebar.
yeah.
With that being said, how does it feel as a professional musician to be gone this long for a 1-year-old?
Different. I knew my life was gonna be like this, but I didn't know it would happen this fast. And I looked at a lot of my other peers. You talk about Omar, you talk about anybody. I looked at them live this life, and I wondered, would I be doing that? Would I be the FaceTime dad? Would I be flying back and forth? And it just happened so fast, and now I'm in it. It's a trip because I miss him so much, but I know I'm out here for him. But it's a totally different feeling. It's a total different feeling of responsibility.
Wait a minute, is it guilt associated with it?
Ooh, a little bit, because I'm missing the moments. I'm glad that I have a chance to, in 3 or 4 years, do something different to where, hey, I can make a pivot and I don't have to be gone while he will remember. But we was in sound check today, and we were FaceTiming, and he was just looking. It's just,
man, do you know who you are?
I mean, I think he knows who I am.
Yeah.
Even at the beginning of this tour, I flew back home. I've been going home every week. But even still, that's more taxing on me. You know what I'm saying? His mom may feel like I'm coming there to just, be there for a day, goo goo gaga, and then gotta go.
Right.
So I knew I would live this life, but I did not see it happening this quick.
Yeah. I'm
just in it. It's a trip.
Well, it's all good, man. Hey, I know you ain't got a lot of time, but matter of fact, you probably got a lot of time. Hey, this is what we on, y'all. So we not here by ourselves, hanging out with my people, man. And this is what they do, boy. But anyway, man, that's Lil D, man. Hey, tell folks how they can find you, man, and
find me
and network with you.
That's right. Somebody needs to do more of. So I'm on Instagram. It's D Lamar Music on Instagram.
Spell it, man. We can look.
DLEMAR Music on Instagram. And then on Facebook, I'm Darryl Lilman Howell. So
spell it.
DARRYL, Lilman, LILMAN. Last name HOWELL.
Yeah, cause
I'm not on anything else. I don't have TikTok and those things.
Why not?
So I guess soon to come. Soon to come, J-Ross. You gotta stay on me.
Yeah, we gonna let them bounce, man. This your boy J. Ross, man, hanging out with my fam, man. It's all love. Hey, hope y'all get something out of this, man. He gave a lot of great advice, man. So just check it out. Network, hit him up on his social media, man. Yeah. Hey, put that cash app on there, dog. Oh my God.
I got Zelle.
Put that on Zelle, cool.
Zelle is my email, DARRYL21988@gmail.com.
Say it slow, bro, one more time.
So Darryl, DARRYL, Howell, HOWELL, 21988@gmail.com. That's for Zelle. I never done that, but
all right, hit them up on Zelle, y'all. Send them little change, get them get them a drink, toast them up. Hey, hell, buy a box of Pampers. It's all good.
So right, for real.
It's your boy J. Ross, man. We 17 million. Nah, I'll take that back, y'all. They gonna get me for that one, Google. I'm 15,700,000 strong. We Google repping the Lou, and I'm gone.
Yes,
peace.
The Lou, St. Louis.